Echo of Dorogosa notable trash mobs. As you make your way through the academy, you'll encounter three different types of enemies that can cause some serious trouble if you're not prepared. The first type of enemy is the Algathur Echo Knight. They will cast Astral Whirlwind, which can deal moderate damage to players close to them. If you're a melee character, make sure you stay away from them as much as possible, or you'll be sorry. The second enemy you'll come across is the Spectral Invoker. They will cast arcane missiles on players, which can be interrupted. Interrupting this spell is crucial, as it can cause a lot of damage if left unchecked. Finally, we have the Aljathar security. These are the most important mobs you'll encounter in the academy, as they will use Disrupting Pulse, which deals heavy damage to all players and interrupts their spell cast. The good news is that this can be avoided by line of sight. We found that tanking the Aljathar security close to a corner will allow players to quickly line of sight before the cast is finished. After fighting your way through 5 more trash packs, you'll finally face the last boss of Algathar Academy, Echo of Dorogosa. This is where all of your hard work and preparation will pay off. So make sure you've got your gear and spells in order, and good luck, Echo of Dorogosa Boss Guide. Are you ready to face the Echo of Dorogosa in the Algathar Academy? This dragon boss is not one to be taken lightly, as it has several notable abilities that can easily wipe out an unprepared team. But fear not, as we have gathered some tips and tricks to help you conquer this boss with ease. The main mechanic of this boss fight is dealing with overwhelming power. This ability is triggered every time a player is hit by any ability, granting a 5% damage buff. But be careful not to get hit too much, as at 3 stacks, the Arcane Rift will spawn below the player, dealing light damage and shooting out projectiles that apply another stack of overwhelming power. So make sure to keep an eye on your stacks and move away from the Arcane Rift as soon as possible. Another ability to watch out for is the Power Vacuum, which pulls all players into the center of the boss and deals heavy damage after a 3-second cast. Make sure to move away from the center to avoid taking too much damage. This ability also applies overwhelming power when hit, so try to avoid it as much as possible. The boss also has an Astral Breath, which deals heavy damage similar to the Power Vacuum and applies overwhelming power to players hit. However, the good news is that the boss does not have a tail sweep. Lastly, the Energy Bomb is an ability that targets a random player and deals heavy damage to all players in an 8 yards radius around the targeted player. Make sure to spread out and avoid getting hit by this ability. In conclusion, make sure to keep an eye on your overwhelming power stacks, avoid the Arcane Rift and Power Vacuum, and spread out during the Energy Bomb. With these tips and tricks, you should be able to take down the Echo of Dorogosa and move on to the next challenge.